Good afternoon, everyone. Getting our morning sit in a bit later in the day, but that's all right. Welcome to Journey Home Meditation. And this is our morning sit. Just making some minor adjustments here. Okay. All right. So generally we do this at 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Saturday, but this morning I just wanted to sleep in. I was up late with my son last night, and we were having a great time. And I got up very early this morning for my morning practice and got out of bed and went right back into bed. So it's okay. But I'm glad to be here now. So let's go ahead and begin. Go ahead and find yourself a comfortable place to be. We're going to be here for the next 10 to 15 minutes of meditation practice. If you're sitting on the floor on a rug or a mat, or perhaps you are in a chair like I am, the posture we are attempting to achieve is one of balance. Okay. So if your legs are crossed or if your feet are flat to the floor, you may want to put something underneath your bum so it lifts you up just a touch so that the legs aren't so pinched. And this also motivates the spine to erect when you're sitting in a position that you're not hunching forward for balance. You can bring the spine up from the back of the head up. Bring the shoulder blades together just a touch. We don't want to pinch our shoulder blades together and create strain. Just rolling the shoulders back is enough. And what this is doing is it's opening all of the front muscles in our chest, from the bottom of our neck, our clavicle, down into our ribs, and it's opening up space for our abdomen. And the goal here is to engage the diaphragm fully. With each in and out breath. Okay? Breathing out is an important skill, right? We don't need to retain any breath in our out breaths. We want to let go of everything. And as we're exhaling, we are using all of our abdominals, sort of pulling our belly button right into our spine. And when we breathe in, the stomach expands, and then the chest expands lightly. Let's take a few nice deep breaths. breathe in through our nose, expanding our bellies, then our chest. As full as we can breathe in, we'll hold for just a few moments, and then exhale as fully as we can exhale. And then again, we will hold before we breathe in for just a few moments. We'll do 5 of these breaths, big, deep breaths, in and out of the nose. Here we go. Okay, good. Now that we have our diaphragm getting engaged, a nice stretch there, let's return to normal breath for just a few moments. And see if you can notice any difference. Any changes, even subtle, very slight changes. From where you were before we sat down together to where you are right now. For our next breathing practice, we'll do 7 rounds of Nadi Shodhana breath. This is alternate nostril breathing. Okay, we'll begin by making the hand posture called Vishnu Mudra. And this is going to face your face the way I am. Thumb extended, first and second finger folded down, third and small finger extended. And as we breathe, we'll be isolating one nostril at a time. So we'll begin by closing off our right nostril with our right thumb, exhaling completely, inhaling completely from the left nostril. Then we'll switch to closing off the left nostril with the third and small finger of the right hand, and exhale completely and inhale completely from the right side. That's 1 round. We'll do 7 rounds of this together. Extend the spine, drop the shoulders. The second hand, the left hand, can be in Jin Mudra, if you like. Resting gently on the lap. And we'll begin. Exhale completely. Inhale and switch. Exhale and inhale from the right. and release. Okay. Remain in meditation posture as we invite the bowl. Let your eyes gently close. Palms lying face up on the lap. Shoulders dropped, jaws relaxed, tongue away from the roof of the mouth. Relax the muscles in the face and the back of the head. And bring the focus of your attention to the breath. And for this meditation, we will try to breathe so gently that we hardly notice. Slow, steady breath. See if you can become aware of the beating of your heart. With your eyes closed, bring the position of your eyes to look to the third eye, keeping the eyes closed. Bring the sensation awareness right behind the third eye. As thoughts begin to arise, let them float by. Like shapes in the clouds, here for a moment, then transformed. Let them blow right through your mind. Bring the awareness to the beating of your heart. Slowly begin bringing your awareness, when you're ready, back to the outside of the body. You can slowly open your eyes. Bringing the palms together, you can rub them to create friction. Rub down the arms. Stretch a bit if you'd like. Okay. There we go. It's as simple as that. Just a couple breathing practices and some focused attention in a sit. You know, I love keeping a regular schedule on my morning practice. But, you know, the occasional aberration of the schedule is okay. But one thing I like about a change in schedule is I'm experiencing these same practices that I do every morning, right? In a different time, different part of my day. I've been awake for a number of hours, been doing other things. My brain has been solving problems or probably creating problems, whatever it is that I've been doing with my morning. Coming in this midday period, this is about the time that people take lunch breaks often too. So if, you know, considering you may have time around this time of day to sit for just a few minutes, those couple breathing practices and about 5 to 10 minutes of meditation can really change the entire shape of the day. Even just right now, I feel an openness again and an emptiness, whereas, you know, already in just the, 4 or 5 hours I've been active today, beginning in the morning, we can open ourselves for our day, and it sets sort of a tone. But then through our day, oftentimes, we can begin to go back into the habits that we have, right? The posture that we have. This is a big one. You know, begin to slouch a bit more. We're on computers a lot. We're on phones, in cars, whatever it is, we're slouched. So we begin to slouch. Around this time of day, we're getting a little low in our blood sugar and maybe starting to get tired, so we start to hang a little heavier. Right, so these physical components contribute to our mental state, our emotional state, right? And one of the things that our body does, that our mind and our emotional mind also do, is begin to close off just a bit, right? We get too much stimulus coming in through our day, so we don't bring it all in. Right? We start closing things out and just kind of focusing on this and that and the few things that are necessary. And then the rest of the time, our mind is kind of daydreaming, right? Or planning, already thinking about, what I have to do after work, what I have to do after class, or what chores I have to do at home today. You know, the pile of laundry is not going to wash itself. All these things, and so we begin to numb our awareness just a bit, and we do this kind of as a protective measure and as an energy saving tool, right? Because when you're moving about through the world in your day, and a lot of times we have a lot of things that we have going on. We have a conversation here, we have a deadline over here, we have chores and errands over here, we have our phone here, we're communicating here, we're reading the news, we're seeing who we're supposed to be terrified of today, watching what terrible thing is happening. And in all of that busyness, we protect ourselves by coming down just a bit. So this midday practice, right, 10 minutes of sitting in silence, breathing to correct the posture, opening up, stretching those front muscles, right, getting that nice, stretch in the back. That was really nice right there. Man, see? Getting this time in can be very helpful for the rest of the day. Very important. It allows the mind to reset. It allows the body to calm down and come to a stop, releasing the tension. And even though I'm yawning right now, as I'm stretching, I can still feel sort of a re-energizing boost in my own body from just that little bit of practice. So that's it. That's the ticket. That's the practice for today. It's finding that 10 minutes or so in the middle of your day. Sit down and just do a couple breathing practices, really simple ones. Some deep breaths, some controlled breaths, and then some closed eye silent meditation time. Start incorporating these into your day, even 5 minutes of silent meditation in the middle of each day. And do that for a while, and then see if you notice any changes. Now, of course, this bears repeating that the purpose of these practices is not necessarily to achieve any goal, but we get better at what we practice. And when we practice non-awareness, and we practice busy mind, and we practice tension in our body every day, we get really good at that, and we can go right to it, just like that, right? And we understand over time, busy mind and tense body, that's stress. That's putting a stress on the mind and the body. And there's only so much of that we can really handle and still remain unchanged or healthy. So it's in practicing this time of silence and this time of calm that we are giving back to ourselves the practice of non-busyness. And that's going to have a different effect than the practice of busyness. So while we're not necessarily doing these practices to create a massive amounts of change, it will. It will. And whatever your motivations for coming to these meditations or doing any meditative practices are, maybe your motivation is to be better. Maybe your motivation is to feel less pain. Maybe your motivation is to be a gentler person. Okay? Whatever your motivation for being here is, the gift that you're giving to yourself in the silence and in the calm, that will pay off. And the payoff of that is to be seen. But it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. That's about all I have to say today. So thanks so much for sitting with us, for tuning in on this. This is Journey Home Meditation. We do this every morning, 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Saturday. You can find us on the Journey Home Meditation Facebook page. There's also a link tree that's Journey Home Meditation, linktr.ee/Journey Home Meditation. That'll take you to all of our links: YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and soon to come is our own website. Also, the link tree has a link for our Patreon, which is how we can be supported here financially. There's a lot of bills that incur with these practices, not the practices, pardon me, with this particular venture. And yeah, getting help paying these bills is helpful. Things like websites and all of these things cost money. So I appreciate you no matter why you're here, no matter what you're doing here. I appreciate you just being here. I'm going to put my hands together in the position of gratitude and prayer. And my gratitude right now is just for having the ability to take the time to do this. Having the mental wherewithal and the motivation to bring myself into these practices every day. So thank yourself for that. Thank yourself for being here for yourself. And my prayer today is, may all beings find peace within their heart. May all beings find peace within their heart. It's not hard to find suffering in this world, right? But sometimes the difficult thing is being able to sit with that suffering. So I encourage you in your practices and your meditations to practice sitting with suffering. Practice what it is to hold silent space so that others can share and suffer and be seen by you. Because it's in the suffering that lies the key to the end of suffering. And it's okay to feel deeply moved by what happened in Buffalo. So allow yourself to feel that pain and that suffering. And know that I don't know. I don't know what to know. Just find the love. Find the love to share. Share it with one another. That's all we can do. Until tomorrow morning. Thanks so much. Adios.